it's discouraging.
Mm,
We put the word out, and uh, most of the time it's not heeded, and yet
mm,
and so we can't. Boy, do we rejoice when it's heeded.
mm,
But it tends to be heeded by the people that are aware of their brokenness. I think of
yeah.
every now and then I get to see God do a miracle, and the best miracles, at least for me, are with people who are the least of the least.
Yeah.
I think of a guy. I only met him once. He came to church on a Sunday night service in Canyon City, and horrible breath, missing
Mm,
most of his teeth. Uh,
mm,
uh, uh, Wanted prayer. I just wanted to
mm,
back up when he came to me.
mm,
Um, Told me that he had been diagnosed with a tumor in his throat, and
mm,
he was he was going back to the doctor. I think on Monday they were going to schedule the surgery.
mm.
Um, and and can you please pray for me? And I'm just like, and uh, you know, doing the job, praying the prayer, and felt like something happened, and I got done, and he looked up at me, alarmed, and ran off, and like he literally just left. Kind of like, huh, oh well. And then church is over, and I see it. He wanders back in again and says, "Man, when after." He says, I think God healed me because I ran to the bathroom and coughed up this tumor,
Oh,
and
wow.
vomited it into the toilet with all this blood, and
Wow.
and and then I saw him one other time, and he said, "Yeah, the doctors say the tumor's gone." That was like the
Mm,
next week, and I never saw this guy before or
mm,
since. And
mm.
uh, it seems like that's the one that God's like, "Oh, I'm going to rescue you now."
Sometimes my mom will say this to me sometimes. Um, she'll say, done is better than perfect. And I think we need to remember that as Christians, because our job is not perfection. Perfect. He knows he's working with imperfect people. Um, and it doesn't disable him.
Boy, do we know about our mistakes. And then
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
there's shame, there's self-accusation,
There
uh,
is.
and the big temptation is to pull back.
Yeah, you either run and hide, or you need to mask yourself and at least look perfect to those around you. And both of those just are such a hindrance. Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
read about the word. I want to move to Isaiah 55 now. And you told me earlier this is one of the passages you love.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah.
it talks about the word, and as the heavens are higher than the earth, so my ways are higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. As the rain and the snow come down from heaven and do not return to it without watering the earth and making it bud and flourish, so that it yields seeds for the sower and bread for the eater, so is my word that goes out from my mouth. It will not return to me empty, but will accomplish what I desire and achieve the purpose for which I sent it. You will go out in joy and be led forth in peace. The mountains and hills will burst into song before you. All the trees of the field will clap their hands. Instead of the thorn bush will grow the juniper. Instead of briars, the myrtle will grow. This will be for the Lord's renown, for an everlasting sign that will endure forever.
So sometimes if you feel like you just can't keep doing the faith thing and keep doing the walk, and or you keep messing up or whatever, God's plans aren't going to fail. And his promises are not going to be revoked, and his word does not come back to him void. And that should be a really huge comfort to anyone who says yes to him.
Yeah, that's good. You can apply that personally,
Yeah.
and we know that we're going to end up there.
Yeah.
That's one of his promises, and we're there now.
Yeah.
Even though it feels like we're in danger, the very last couple of verses of Isaiah 66:22, as the new heavens and the new earth that I make will endure before me, declares the Lord, so will your name and descendants endure. Talk about a promise of the word. It's going to all be new, and you and your name will in fact endure. You're gonna be there in the
end. And our job is to be the light of Christ. The judging others and the revenge or vengeance, that is above our pay grade. That is not, it amazes me how we as humans really want to do the job that we're not assigned to do, that we've been told is not our job to do. And it's like, just stick with the other parts that I've tasked you with. Making disciples of all nations, loving others as you love yourself, forgiving others because I forgive you, relying on my promises, coming back into my arms. And we're like, no, we're good, but we're going to go take care, So we're just want to skip right to that part. And it's like, well, why don't you work on asking for forgiveness and repenting of your own junk, and then loving other people and forgiving them so that they can see this Jesus that you claim to know and love. And
when we're rescuing the other lambs from the wolves, if we're attacking them and biting them, the shepherd's like, no, you're not a wolf, you're a lamb. We don't need more wolves.
That's right. And sometimes if you pick up a scared animal, you get some injuries, and but you have to remember what you're doing in the first place, and he's going to take care of it. You came along.